Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PWZ podcast. I'm Rick Del Santo, and joining me, as always, Showtime Marcel Williams, or should I say the unretired Showtime Marcel Williams.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I decided to leave the podcast room and you know, make an appearance at last night alley fights. It had to be done. I got some unfinished business to take care of. Well, with AEW's Dark Lucas Chase, the Cure. And he's been on a roll lately in PAPW saying, there's a lot of bootlickers and kiss assers and all that stuff. So decided to give him a big payback coming soon. But he decided to brush me off. But more news to come soon. But yeah, I decided to leave this area to come down to 662 Coaf to make an appearance.
And what an event it was. What a great night of professional wrestling. But you'll start seeing that next Saturday as we bring Alley Fights the series to you. Some great matches. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. You guys obviously do have some unfinished business. You guys went to a draw, over the summer? Or was it summer, early fall?
It was
And
like Friday. It was
then
winter time.
yeah. Oh, it was winter. Okay. Bad timing. And of course, don't forget, you guys have been getting each other's business for the last couple months as well.
Yeah, he wanted the one more match, and I was busy taking care of other things with Matthias because obviously I won the Rumble last year, and I never got my one-on-one shot, and he got involved. So now he got the Anytime Any Gold contract, and he got all these other opportunities. So I decided, I'm gonna pay him a visit. But like I said, when he left the ring as a coward, he's the Cure and I'm the poison. So you know what? Every time he make an appearance at PAPW, I may be there to inject the poison, or I may not. Stay tuned, folks.
Wow. Wow. That's definitely going to be something to keep your eyes on. If you guys are here, say hello in the chat. We're here. We're just going to give you some wrestling news. Let's talk a little bit more about Paradise Alley Fights. Obviously, I said I'm not going to be giving away any news, any results. It was a really fun show. It was about halfway through the night. The top rope snapped, and
Yeah,
they improvised. They
he had a run
improvised
in.
in, yeah, they improvised in a very good way too. It worked out, and it worked out. It was not a bad show at all.
No, absolutely.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to all the hard workers as well to make that show happen. Even though the top rope did snap, the workers continue to work and put in the work and make sure they entertain the fans that was in attendance there. But we just gonna continue to entertain at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Continue to grab all the fans possible, all the casual fans. When I went there last night, it was new faces, and that's a good thing. And
It's an
also,
awesome thing. Yeah.
yeah, so looking forward to April 30th, Point Blank. Like I said, once again, we got the lineup on Paradise Alley, all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And the main event is for the PAPW Championship. Matias versus Bloodsaw versus Chris Battle versus Lucas Chase. And I'm looking forward to that four-way PAPW Championship match. Now I am, since I ventured out this room.
Trying to pull up the whole line. Trying to pull up the whole lineup. Come on, load up, load up.
Oh no, I got you.
You got the lineup.
I got you.
RJ Rude is returning in a singles match. His opponent has not been named as of yet. I'm assuming as it gets closer or at the event. Does he know?
Yeah,
who his opponent is?
absolutely.
Yeah.
RJ Rude making his singles debut at Point Blank, former PAPW Intercontinental Champion, former PAPW original. He's gonna make his return and try to jump back in the title ranks of either title. Then we got the tag team championship, the Haven versus the Hispanic Mechanics, and then we got the triple threat match, Jared Diaz versus Mark Alexander versus Steven Garcia. That's going to be a good match. So April 30th, 662 Cole Avenue, PAPW training facility, 7 o'clock bell time. Tickets $20. Tickets available at ParadiseAlleyProWrestling.com. all tickets for Alley fights as well is at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.com. So
You know who I've been quite impressed with at that's been showing up at alley fights the last few times is that kid Mills Hendricks. Have you seen him yet?
yes, I have.
He now, mind you, he made his PAPW debut last summer in a match, and I'm no offense to you, Mills, really nice kid, and he's really improved since that first time I saw him because it seemed like the first time him and his tag partner, excuse me, were not, it seemed like it was kind of a botch fest in a way. Seems like they were having a hard time. No offense, like I said, but the last 2 3 times that I've seen him, he's really impressed me, dude. He's improved like leaps and bounds as to that first since that first time I saw him.
Nah, absolutely. It's one of those things where you break into a business, you're green, and
Yeah,
you gotta go through a few hurdles, few botches, a few injuries to get educated in this business. And it's never not enough to learn in this business what not to do and what to do. So I'm glad that he's improving along the way.
yeah. There was a bunch of new faces too last night. People that I haven't seen there that I remember. The Duke of Danger, was it Daniel Evans? He
Mm-hmm.
impressed me as well. Matt Awesome, he was very good.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it was a very good show. Look out next Saturday. We're gonna have some really good action coming up. Don't forget 11 a.m. right here on PWZ Network Alley Fights, and that's it. We'll be talking more about that. Let's get into some more wrestling action.
Absolutely.
AEW Rampage from Friday night. This was a pretty, this was a hyped up show.
It was a hyped up hour.
Yeah, hour. Yeah,
Best time
Tony
of
Khan.
wrestling.
Yeah, it
Easy.
is. Tony Khan has been saying he's bringing Rampage back to its roots for a show that's only been on the air since what, October. So it's going to be more exciting, more this and that. I thought this was a little lackluster episode. Call me crazy,
It was a match. Well, it was a one match show.
pretty
The
much.
main
Yep.
the show was about Adam Page versus Adam Cole and
Hmm.
Texas Death Match. Um, Guardian Chaos popped on in. What's going on, guy? It just what I'm saying. It just was a one match show, and for that hour, it was matches trying to build up certain things. You had the Butcher trying to get the win so you could build up for Wardlow next Wednesday. And it was a one match show. It was a good main event though.
Yeah, it was good. I
Mm-hmm.
know I had trouble pronouncing his name just a few days ago, but Wardlow, he's okay. Grenade Chaos says, "Good evening. I'm hearing Mox is going back to WWE. That's been a rumor going on for the last couple weeks. His contract is, I guess, coming up in AEW soon. So where he ends up, I don't know. We'll see about that because didn't he claim he was completely miserable there? That's the other thing.
Exactly. See, this is the thing.
Unless they just make him a Cody offer type offer. That's the other
Is
thing.
yeah, business is business at the end of the
Yep.
day. That's what all these decisions are.
Yep.
Mox, I wouldn't be surprised if he go back either. Listen, I'm not surprised that anybody go back to WWE. WWE is the biggest
It's money,
company in
man.
all
Yeah.
wrestling. It's money.
Yep.
Some people have situations where they have disagreements. It's
Hmm.
business. They have disagreements. They have arguments. They
Right.
have dissension with each other. But when it comes down to brass tacks, it's about money
Yeah.
and it's about closing certain wounds that was open. And I can see Mox coming back. I see him coming back as the star of AEW. He's not gonna come back as Dean Ambrose. So
And is it going to be?
so
It's not like he wasn't rebellious enough there. You think he'll come back and be like even more of a rebellious type character?
I mean, it would be stupid for him to come back as Dean Ambrose
Yes.
when we know him as John Moxley now, and that was his name before he even became Dean Ambrose.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
even just like and now I was listening to a podcast like a few days ago, and I can't see Jericho coming back to WWE without using Judas. I can't see that happening.
I think that's another thing. You're right. I think that that would be worked, and just like they worked in the rights to use Cody's music. So,
Yes.
that they're going to have to pay for the licensing rights. That's it.
Hey,
Yeah, I can't
if you
imagine.
wanted to
Yeah,
be hip, you're gonna pay some
yes,
dollars.
and it's part of his character now. You know what I mean? The whole Judas thing.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's
and
a
he's gone through a
refresher.
couple different. What did he do? A couple different. Did he? How many different songs did he have in WWE? Did he only do a couple?
He only had Break the Walls Down, and then he had
Yeah.
another one that he tried to use at Survivor Series 2002.
Yeah.
But it break down the walls was always the trademark for him. You know,
Hmm.
it's his debut song. They done switched it up many times where they remix it and all that stuff. But break down the walls is his theme for WWE. But I cannot imagine if he does come back, he used
Right.
Judas. Like he can't use Judas, but he used break the walls was good because it was different when he came from
It's a good song,
WCW.
but it's
Yeah,
ti- it's one of
yeah,
those times. It's one of those songs that it's like a timepiece in a way. You
yes,
know what I mean? It reminds you of early 2000s, like even the style of
absolutely,
the style of music it is. You know what I mean? That early 2000s like new metal type thing, hard rock, whatever you
yeah.
want to call it.
But I
You know?
feel like if you come back with Judas, that's a refresh.
Yeah,
That's like this dude coming back. That's like him coming from WCW again. That would give him a
yeah,
whole new refresh. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's just I just kind of feel like he should come back with the Judas and just the fans will pop once he that song come out for
I
WWE.
think that the fans will go absolutely freaking crazy if Jericho
Absolutely.
comes back. Honestly, you
Listen,
think they
Cody
went
just
nuts
did an
when?
interview.
Yeah,
Cody just did an interview that he had with Vince at his house with Bruce Pritchard, and he said, Vince said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. It's the truth. I wish he would have knew that during the invasion and all these other things, but he finally know that Cody did not need to be fixed.
right.
So I guess time do make a wise man, for Vince.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy that's kind of, I'd say, out of touch in a way, just a
Yeah,
bit. But don't forget how innovative he was from 1984 to 1999, 2004, 2006. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I mean, he's had a little assistance along the way, but the guy had a really good run, and he seems to think right now that there's nothing wrong with his product. More power to him if that's what he actually believes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Do I hate the product? Not necessarily. Can I complain about it? Sure. There's
Mhm.
a lot to complain about, but there's also some good stuff. You got to dig deep in there. Sometimes it's hard to sit through, and that's what that fast forward button's for.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I kind of think of Vince as um I kind of think of Vince as a person that knew how to market the wrestling business,
Hmm.
like taking it from high school or grungy, dens and bringing it to showbiz,
Right,
making it look good on TV. And I think, and the guy is, God forbid, haven't passed away yet, but that's what he gonna be known for. He took the wrestling business from out these dingy, crummy rooms and just bringing it to arenas and just like showing the glitz and glamour of it. And
right.
that's what I know him as. Like he really changed the whole business. Same way Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff same way. He took WCW from all these grungy places that was like WCW that was used to in those southern territories and brought
Right.
it up towards showbiz and making it known. So,
And
these guys really changed the business.
he popularized cruiserweight wrestling.
Yes, he
You know
did.
what I mean? In the United States, he was very big with that. Lucha Libre, which was probably people at that time period, probably prior to that, probably knew three or four guys, if that.
Hmm.
Mil Mascaras was probably like the most famous, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So he popularized bringing lucha libre into the United States as well.
absolutely.
So Bischoff, sometimes he doesn't get enough credit, but he did a lot for the wrestling business at that time period. Seriously.
No, he really did, and some people don't, like you said, some people don't give him credit. They poo poo on him. Should be no reason. He is a Hall of Famer, which he is,
Right.
WWE Hall of
Yep.
Famer, but he was a Hall of Famer before the Hall of Famer was sent to him. So
Right.
he put in the work as much as Vince did. He was a little ruthless, but Vince did the same thing. So it ain't no different.
Vince didn't like it because he was basically getting the same things done to him that he did to other people during the Southern
Exactly.
Territory days,
The
and
mini
yeah,
him.
yeah, cherry picking top talent from all the territories, etc., etc. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
What's his name? Bischoff was doing that to WWE, basically every single talent. The only
Exactly.
people he didn't get was Hunter and Taker, and those were guys or Shawn Michaels, and those were guys that, quite frankly, most of them got let go from WCW in like 90, 91, early
Exactly.
90s,
Except for
and they
Michaels,
saw,
but he let go. He
yeah,
let
except for
go. He let
Michaels,
go
yeah,
of Austin.
yep,
Taker. I don't.
hmm
I don't. I don't really say Taker with him. That was actually Ole Anderson fought and Jim
yeah,
Hurd.
you're right, yep,
So I give him some slack, but he did let go of Cactus Jack. He let go of Steve Austin. He let go of Sean Waltman.
yeah.
Some people be like, oh well, he was in WCW. Mark Calloway, Undertaker, but that was not. Eric Bischoff was
That was like you
a
said,
paper
yeah,
boy
yep.
at that time.
I think he was still selling. What was it that he was? It's either working for the AWA at the time and selling ninja suits out of his trunk of his car. He said when I read his book.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah,
Shout out.
shit! It is Adonis Stewart. Where's that block? Where's the block button? Uh,
That deserve a drink of Mike's Harder lemonade, iced tea and
cheers.
lemonade. Sponsor me, please. That's all I gotta say. I didn't get a sponsor from Ciroc the other night from Diddy. I didn't get nothing from Diddy. So Mike Hart lemonade. You could do WrestleMania. You could do Marcel Williams as well.
There you go. I noticed Adonis did not jump in and respond to my comment, but that's okay. Hello, Adonis. Shout out and thank you for tuning in. You menace. I was going to call you my friend, but I'd be lying. It's just a joke. Adonis, I love you. Um, all right, let's get back on to Rampage.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, a little bit of a lackluster show, but we started with the Blackpool Combat Club, Mox Danielson Wheeler, taking on the Gun Club. Was it Billy Gunn, almost 60 years old? He's damn near
Uh,
60, right? 50 something years old, almost 60.
I think he almost 60, but I mean, he's still going, man. He's still in great shape. I
I saw that guy last night and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
mean,
and he was still moving.
yes.
Seriously, he took the was it the we got turned inside out from a clothesline.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was
He still
I
take
can't
that.
believe that he's still seriously moving the way he is at his age. God bless him.
God
Seriously.
bless him. God bless him. Nah, this match was solid.
Yeah.
I see they was mostly trying to give most of the shine to Willer Yuta.
Yeah.
And this Blackpool Combat Club. That's what it's all called, right? I know it's Blackpool Combat,
Yeah.
but they're good, man. It's just good
Yeah.
chemistry. Like I said, it was just showcase for Willer Yuta. Now the Gun Club, they're good sellers. I like their gear. Shout out to Shawn Michaels Retro 1991.
Yep.
Um, but Billy Gunn, man, fountain of youth. This guy
I mean, it's incredible. It really
even
is
took the
incredible.
pin, so he don't. So
Yeah.
his sons don't take the pin. I love this
Yep.
guy. This guy great.
He's
He
at that
just
stage in his career. He doesn't, it's not going to hurt his career. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's
He's already a
you
Hall
know,
of Famer already
yeah.
through
He knows his
DX.
place in the business at this point.
Hmm.
And I sat there when I was watching this last night, excuse me, thinking about how amazing it is when AEW was announced and they were putting their roster together that Billy Gunn had signed with them, etc. I guess he was more so supposed to be a coach, right? Of some
Yeah,
sort. But he's pretty damn active on there, and I find it's kind of a random thing if you think about it, like Billy Gunn of all people. You know what I mean?
yeah. He just
Yeah,
wanted,
but it's
he's
cool as
putting the
hell.
work in.
Yeah,
He's
and
putting
they
the
hired
work
his
in.
boys.
Yeah, he helped out his boys, and he's just like one of these days, like, oh, I'm gonna work this match with this person because I like this person. And that's a good thing. He's
Yeah,
trying to get the
yeah,
get the little reps in, the little retro reps.
right.
Billy Gunn, that guy is one of the national treasures that I'll talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, good solid match, man. It really was a good solid match.
Yeah, it's a great showcase for Willer. Willer continue. I don't know. I was listening to Jim Cornette the other day, and he was crapping all over Willer Yuta in that John
What?
Moxley match.
I
He
did see
really
there was a
crapped on
clip
it
up on.
bad.
I'm surprised because I saw that clip on YouTube. I didn't click on it because I think I was watching something else, but I saw it pop up and I was like, "Oh, I got to go back to this."
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that he was crapping all over it. But then again, much like myself, I tend to agree with Cornette quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised that he didn't necessarily like it.
I kind of feel like Jim Cornette is just trying to make content. I respect it. Some of
There's
the
that
stuff
too.
that he complains about, the same stuff that people didn't like in his day.
Yeah,
So, I respect Jim Cornette. Everybody got their right opinion of what's going on in this wrestling business, but you understand times change. Gas back then was $1 and something cent. Now it's $4.
you think?
So
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Where is it $4? It's right where I was today. I paid $3.79 a gallon. I was very. You have no idea how excited I was for it to be
where
that
I'm
cheap.
at is 350 something.
Yeah, but, oh man, I'm gonna start driving out the half hour away.
350 something. But with a discount, guys,
Yeah,
jump on that fuel rewards.
I
337.
damn. I got I belong to BJ's, the food club or whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to start using it again more because they have certain things when you buy grocery shop. You buy certain things, you get points for your thing. You can pay as little as 99 cents a gallon if you add up all the points. If you buy all the stuff they're marked. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
pretty
see,
pretty insane to think about.
just to tell the people out there that continue to watch us and continue to support us, any promotional codes or coupons that you get, take advantage of them. When I was younger,
Absolutely.
I used to throw those stuff in the trash. Like I'm
Yes.
like, whatever. Yeah. Now, when you save
We're old.
money, yes.
We're old. We have kids. we have house. We own houses. We have bills. Now I know. You know,
Now I
I find
know every cent matter.
I find it amazing that I work part time in a grocery store at night. You know what I mean? And when
Mhm.
I'm like, "Do you have your discount card?" They're like, "No, I don't need one." And I'm like, "Dude, I can't believe the amount of people that say they don't need the discounts. That shit adds up, dude. Groceries at
Well,
now are higher than they've ever been. It's
yeah,
ridiculous."
it is. It's crazy. It's great.
Yeah,
Listen, I went to the store. I know we all topic with we gonna continue with the
it
rampage
happens
stuff and
every
all this
time,
stuff.
but that's okay.
It happens every time, but we talking about life here. So
We need to fill an
basically,
hour.
I go to the store, a big bag of chicken breast because I eat chicken breast. I eat healthy, and chicken breast and a bag of chicken breast was like $30.
Damn.
That's crazy. Now, a few months ago, this same bag of chicken, no lie, was $13.
Yep, I believe it. I work in a grocery store. I'm telling you, I see it. We bought. I bought one of the larger packs, and it was something like $15 for like six breasts or something like that, which I thought
Yeah,
was crazy. It's crazy.
it's crazy.
It's not getting any better anytime soon.
It's not. So
Nope.
save as much money as you can, please. Just for a word of advice from both of us, sponsor advice. Save money, grab the codes, It will
Yep.
help you out in life.
We've become a self-help podcast,
Absolutely.
a money-saving podcast. We
Next up,
Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament qualifying match. Ruby Soho defeated Robin Renegade.
yeah, I seen the Robin Renegade on AEW Dark a few months ago. She got the
Okay.
twin. They like to do the twin magic stuff. This match was solid. I like the way they was doing the twin magic and how Ruby Riott still overcame certain obstacles with these two twins. I thought it was a solid match and very smart, especially at the end when both the ref and Ruby Soho was looking like, oh, we got twins going on. They were switching the whole time, but
Yep.
oh well, I still want to qualify in the tournament.
Okay. I want to read this real quick. TN Couponer, we have to be wiser with our money. If anybody wants to know about deals and couponing and all this fun stuff, TN Couponer runs a really good YouTube channel based on that stuff, and he talks about all the weekly deals. He goes through the flyers, he does matchups, all this stuff. Great content there. It's really
Nice.
worth checking out. I watch all those videos. Really cool dude on top of it. Okay, so there was the Texas Death Match.
Oh, before you skip that, they did.
Um,
This is quick though. It was the
yeah.
Butcher and a little squash just to build it for Warlow for next Wednesday
Oh,
for
why
Warlow
don't I
versus
have?
the Butcher.
Oh, I don't have. I must have forgot to put that in there. Yeah.
It's okay. It was Butcher versus the local talent of that town, and he destroyed him. Um, yeah, it was nothing special. It was just a build up for Warlow. But
Yeah. He
since we
is
talking about
somebody.
shout outs on this chat, we gonna give a shout out to Adonis, to Guardian Chaos, and TN Couponer for continuing to sit here and shoot out these chats. And I appreciate y'all supporting us and shooting in at this time to support
Yeah.
us and listen to some wrestling and life advice.
It's the Wrestling and Life Advice
Rice,
podcast.
wrestling and life advice. All
All
right, the
right.
main
So,
event, my guy. My bad.
no. I mean, if anybody's been off topic, I've been really off topic today. Adam Page. See, I'm starting to get confused. Adam Page. Um, uh, Jesus Christ, defeated Adam Cole.
It's too many Adams.
Yeah, exactly. Adam defeated Adam in a Texas death match. Oh, see, now Adonis wants to jump in. Page defeated Cole in a Texas death match. I don't know, man. I thought this was an okay match. It wasn't as great as it was hyped up to be. Some people were really predicting the title change. I didn't think it was going to happen. They were paid. It's not that Cole's not ready. I don't think they're ready to defeat or to take Page. I'm getting confused with the Adam and Adam. To take the title off of Page. Adonis, we read it the first time. You don't have to keep repeating it in the chat. Thank you. So, uh, so a lot of people were really bent out of shape with the crown of thorns, with the barbed wire crown of thorns, so to speak, which I thought was a little bit. I don't know why some people would say put that together. You know what I mean? How they would put. You know, um, it's just a wrestling match. He just wrapped a barbed wire around his head. People are saying it's too close to Jesus and all that stuff. Just trying to work a wrestling match and being creative. That's all. It was a good match, but it wasn't like it was a tiny bit lackluster in a way.
I think that's because we had a Texas death match a few weeks ago. Lance Archer and Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. If they didn't do that one, this probably would have been more convenient for the fans.
Right.
I haven't seen. You probably been on social media more than I have, but I don't think of that Jesus Christ stuff. Putting a barbed wire in the head. Truthfully, I could care less. And you can at me if you
Right.
want. I could care less. Like he just put the barbed wire over his head. Just take this bump on this table. That was straight and simple. So at me at
Right.
Showtime, Marcel. Don't care. I'll block you. Don't care.
TN Couponer says, I thought Page versus Archer was a better Texas death match. I agree. I thought that was a really, really freaking good match. It was fun,
It was.
you know, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to do. They got something coming up with Archer soon, right?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about who's the next opponent for Page, which I think is we've kind of figured out what the road is CM Punk versus Adam Page, double or
It's
nothing,
gonna be
Las Vegas.
it's gonna be
Ticket
Cody.
sales are off the roof. It's just gonna be it's just I didn't think Adam Cole was gonna take this one. I
Yeah,
thought Red Dragon was gonna take tag titles for last Wednesday just to set the
absolutely.
momentum
I
into
think a
this
lot of
one.
people. I think a
Hmm
lot of people thought that Adam Cole or Red Dragon were going to take the tag team titles. I think that's going to happen at a pay per view. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
or down the road. Sooner than we think, but it'll happen
Yeah,
definitely.
it will happen. It will be a big matchup for Adam Page. I don't think
Hmm.
he'll come out as the winner. Adam Page have had a solid AEW World Championship reign. I don't think it was the best ever. I kind of think
Hmm.
Kenny Omega had a better reign than anybody
He
else
had a
that
really
been
great
there.
reign. Yeah.
Yeah, really great reign. It was very entertaining. But Adam Page, the story was for him with the chase. It's always like that in wrestling. The chase is always better than a person
Yes.
keeping the title.
But sometimes they get the
And
title and it's a little bit. They lose a little something sometimes.
yeah, absolutely. So he's been on a solid run. I'm not saying it was a worst run. It's been a solid run.
FTR versus Jurassic Express, ROH versus our AEW tag titles. I think we're definitely going to see that very soon. I'm looking forward to that. I think I said, what was it, Thursday when we covered Dynamite, that I said
Mhm.
I wanted to see FTR holding three titles. So they, defeating Jurassic Express would be kind of awesome, and them holding three belts.
It will be. It will be
Yeah,
probably a match of the night deal. We may even see it for Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing haven't been set yet. We already know
right.
the date. We already know the location. We already know the time, but we don't know the matches. So the plan should be right there for us for FTR versus Jurassic Express.
Shouldn't we be getting Kenny Omega back soon?
He should be back soon. He should be able to return. I heard rumors around like that May Double or Nothing deal. Like I said, he's been through a lot of injuries, and
Yeah, it was suffering from vertigo as well. I mean, it's not
yeah,
that's pretty serious. So, I mean, when he returns, I'm sure he's going to be a top contender as
no, he should
well.
be. He should be. Should be
Yeah,
automatic top contender. But sooner or later, once he come back, I think he gonna be one of the first two-time AEW World Champions.
yeah,
I was very entertained when he was champion. Very entertained. Even though he
yeah.
was
I
throwing out the
fully,
matches, he was very entertaining with these promos with Don Callis.
yeah. I think Don Callis. Now, we haven't seen him since. Don Callis is a tremendous talent. He's a great manager. I always enjoyed him, as the Jackal.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed his work as Cyrus in ECW. I enjoyed him at. He's just a genius at being a heel. Like he really is. And we haven't really seen that much when he was, management and Impact. So he comes into AEW. He's like perfect. He's the outsider, the leader of Impact in a way, and he comes in as Kenny Omega's manager. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
it fits so well, dude. Just hearing him talk, he's great.
Nah, the talent is there. Even
Yeah,
at Revolution, we came out with Kenny Omega song. We thought
yeah,
Omega was gonna come out, and it was him. Just to
yeah,
remind us that Kenny Omega is still around and
yeah.
everybody else is transitional. So I just like the way him and Kenny Omega let everybody know that the best bout machine. is on hold, but he be back.
Do you think they'll give a? Do you think they're going to give what's his Moxley another run with the title?
I can see it happening. He's still hot. Just when
Yeah.
you come out, you still get the ovation that he still gets. I can
Mm-hmm.
see him getting it again. I can see Jericho getting it again down the line. I can see MJF getting it. The whole title field is so big, it's not even funny. I can see Darby Allin getting it, but I can see him getting it later down the line.
The AEW title, the world title.
Yeah, I see him being a transitional champion, not no like a 6 month a year reign.
Okay.
Transitional.
Wow. Transitional.
Transition.
Wow. So I
You
guess
can
we could
always
break
be a
away.
transitional champion.
I guess you can, right? Anybody can be.
Anybody can. Can't
Ask
be the
Moxley
longest
if
reigning
he,
or 6,
right.
7 months reigning. You could be a 3 month.
So let's break away from AEW for a second because we're talking Friday Night Wrestling right now. We're going to break into SmackDown. We're probably only going to spend a few minutes on this, so stay tuned, and we'll get to Battle of the Belts in a second. All right, hang on a second. I got to block this user. Block. Okay. All right. So last night we opened up SmackDown with RK Bro opening up SmackDown.
Wait,
It-
before you talk about SmackDown, TNQ Power said, Marcel, are you talking about a month or two for Darby? Yes, absolutely. I'm talking about a month or
You
two for
think that long
probably
ago?
about a 90-day probation like we do for a job. I see him doing that. Um, it just I don't see him. He could build the momentum like he has from the start, but I can see him not keeping it long, like a Adam Page or a Kenny Omega or um, John Moxley. I see Brian Danielson as actually taking it as well soon. Not
We haven't
soon.
mentioned it. Yeah, we haven't
Yeah,
mentioned it.
MJF. We got a whole lot of people that's lined up to get this championship. That is,
Right.
remember, this company's young, so we
Yep.
got a lot of time. Hopefully, because we thought WCW was going to be a lot of time, but I guess not. But we got a lot of time.
I thought, we never really thought WCW was going to be out of business. Anything can happen.
Anything
Legitimately,
can
anything
happen
can happen.
now. ROH,
You
look
know
at
what I mean?
ROH. When everything can happen.
But they apparently were going out of business the entire existence. They never knew if they were going to hold another show, like following show. They might have had
Yeah,
dates. They might have had dates booked, but they didn't know whether they were going to make it to that date. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I've always heard it's like this is going to be our last show. Can't afford. We're just going to pay the talent. You know what I mean? And try. And then I think Cornette was talking about that a while back, and then it turned into that's how he ended up coming in as a booker for them for a while.
Hmm.
So you ready to get into SmackDown?
Absolutely. Sorry
All
to
right.
cut you off. I was
No, you're good.
answering my question to my boy TNQ
This I want
Power.
to definitely discuss.
I ain't want to get
Discuss
blocked.
one more time. No, you're not getting blocked. In my opinion, see, I can't block you. I mean, I could remove you from the chat, but that's another thing. You haven't pissed me off that much. In my opinion, AEW does have WCW vibes. Um, TN Couponer said that. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of that hot shotting and a lot of the surprise every week. If you remember, um, and then we're going to get into SmackDown. But if you
Absolutely.
remember when WCW was doing the whole NWO thing, every single week there were new NWO members. There'd be guys coming out joining the NWO. What's AEW doing? Every single week, either the lights go out or there's some sort of surprise. It's the same
Yes.
exact thing. You know what I mean? And then what happened? You know what I mean? Eventually, at some point, something fucked up. Well, we know exactly where it fucked up at WCW's point. Tony Schiavone said, "Don't change the channel. Mick Foley's winning the title." Everybody changed the channel, and a lot of times they lost so many viewers going forward. And then they hired Vince Russo trying to fix it, and it made it even worse.
Yes.
So, it's just a matter of time. We got to see how AEW's now been around, 4 years? Uh, between pay per views and
It's been around
Uh,
almost 4 years.
yeah, because they started out doing the pay-per-views first, and then they started their own series, the Dynamite and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's been roughly 4 years.
This is gonna be like the third double or nothing. So no, I
Yeah,
think it's about three
it's a
years.
fourth one.
Just
Yeah,
3 years. I take that back.
it's hard
Correction.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to think about. You know what I mean?
All right, so we gonna pause this for a minute.
Can I press the block button afterwards?
It didn't work. So basically, I'm just gonna say it like this: I'm not gonna face Lucas Chase in a street fight match. I want him in a wrestling match. We went the limit. We went what 20 minutes. We went the limit. So truthfully, I don't need it to be a street fight match. I want a pure wrestling match, a nice no limit time limit for Lucas Chase. So street fight match, don't need that. Like I said, wrestling, longevity, no street fight. Here we go. Back to regular schedule program.
Christ, I'm glad that got work over with that one. I saw that. Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro opened up Monday Night Raw. They want to confront
You mean
they
SmackDown?
call the, what did I say? Oh yes, SmackDown. See,
I know it
it's
traumatized us a lot with Monday Night Raw. That
Monday Night
three
Raw, dude.
hours is a lot for us.
I'm still paying for it, or paying
Listen,
for it.
it was way above our pay grade.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So they came out, talk shit about the Usos. The Usos come out. They were gonna have a unification match.
Mm-hmm.
Now that match is set. Uh, so it turned into, what was it? Da, 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 da. Oh, that was the main event. Yeah. So what did you think of this segment?
I'm just gonna give you my bullet points.
Yeah.
My bullet points is I think Roman Reigns is injured. Nobody don't want to say anything because they don't want to
Mm-hmm.
tarnish the WWE championship, well, the undisputed Universal Championship reign of Roman Reigns. That makes sense because if he's injured, you don't want to vacate the championship and ruin that reign.
Right.
So they take the attention and move it towards the Usos, which is a smart move. Tag team championship
Right.
been on the back burner for a hot minute, and we need some tag team action in WWE that's been missing for a while now. But it seemed like they're trying to take the program from Roman Reigns, which is fine if he's injured.
Yep.
If you want to say that title reign, I understand that. I understand business, so I would do that too. Do anything, promos, anything to save that title reign that is so special because that happened back in the day. Bruno Sammartino
Right.
defended these titles. He held the title so long because he held it because he was defending it once a month. It wasn't
And it
like
gave
every
glory.
week.
Yeah. It gave glory
Yes,
to that title, and so
exactly.
gee,
So they didn't have TV back in the day. They had a few shows. So
yep.
now this is weekly television, so they gotta do all the time they can milk so you get well. But let's shout out with a comment from T and the couponer. Could the bloodlines have all the gold? Absolutely. Kind of
Did you
think he.
see last week? Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I think that last week they even hinted at it on NXT where they were talking about what's the brother that works down there, the Usos brother, Sokoa.
Sokoa.
Yeah, they even made a reference to the bloodline, and he's having a shot at the NXT North American title as well. So, uh, it's kind of funny that it's going down that far because
Mm-hmm.
that made me also think that it might be coming up to the main roster at some point soon. So I know you don't want to suffer for 2 hours on Monday nights.
Or
So
2 hours on Tuesday.
what did I say? Tuesday, yeah, 3 hours on Mondays. Jesus Christ, I'm getting all mixed up again. I swear it's not the beer. I swear.
Donnie the
Um,
Don. Okay, I'm on YouTube now. I appreciate you tuning in, my man. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you the support. Share the word, my guy.
let's see. I was hoping that WWE would go after Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I heard that they don't want to mess with Jacob Fatu. I guess he has a history, uh, so they don't want to bring him in. So I wouldn't mind seeing Jacob Fatu in there. I think he's very talented. He's a really great wrestler. Uh, yeah, I just heard they don't want to fuck with him because of his past. So I guess he's gotten himself into some trouble.
That's crazy.
That's just what I heard. That's just what I've read when someone else had asked that.
I mean,
Yeah,
the what SmackDown as well had Naomi versus Rhea Ripley. We continue this women's tag team championship
that
program
was
that don't make no sense.
yeah. Nothing. None of it does. They haven't done anything to. I'm still confused as to what's going on. And this is ever since WrestleMania. So what's that been 3 weeks now? Um,
Yeah,
2 weeks,
kind of
2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Um, they came out there, and it seemed like Sasha Banks was sort of secondary in this match. I know she accompanied Naomi to the ring,
Hmm.
but it seemed like they weren't giving her like like she was just there, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah,
just there in the background. Just
it's
saying.
unfortunate, but we
Yeah,
all know that sooner or later Sasha may turn on Naomi. We know it
I think it's
because
gonna
that's
happen.
WWE
Absolutely.
storyline.
Hmm. And she spent a long time as a heel as well, Sasha.
She's
So it's
better as a
bound to
heel.
happen. Yeah, she's very good as a heel. I really like Rhea Ripley as well. I thought this was an okay matchup. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay. And
Yeah,
I was about to segue into the next segment. What do you think about Madcap Moss getting this push? He got the look. He just got crazy gear and gimmick. But
it's the
I kind of
gear
see
that
him as
drives
a
me neat.
WWE.
Yeah,
I kind of see him as a WWE symbol of what Vince wants.
a goofball. I mean, come on. No, if he had different gear, I could see him as like the face of the company at some point.
Yeah, the
Legitimately.
gear is creative
Getting,
though. It's
yeah,
silly, but it's
I
creative.
mean, but like yacht shorts and the suspenders or something to that effect. He's just crazy looking.
Yeah, I know.
And honestly, he's kind of impressed me as of late. His gimmick is his the madcap gimmick, like the humor gimmick, is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
But he took out Umberto in 2 minutes. Umberto Carrillo, great wrestler, dude, but they're not really doing much with him outside of him and Angel together. You know what I mean? It's just the two of them are very talented.
yeah. He's basically an enhancement talent, and it's
Yeah.
unfortunate. At one time, it was Paul Heyman trying to have some faith behind this dude and push him on Monday Night Raw at one time.
Yes. Yeah.
Now it's him and Angel Garza, which is another great talent. Angel Garza, what second generation wrestler?
Is he?
Um,
Yeah.
is it second or
So
third? Third. I won't be
I was
wrong.
gonna say I think it's third. I think it's third.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
correction. Third.
Yeah.
Apologize,
I think
fans.
he's the is he the
Third.
nephew of Hector Garza or something to that effect? Uh,
I
I'm
think
not
he's the
exactly
son
sure
of
how.
Hector Garza.
Is he the son? Okay,
Yeah,
I
he's the
didn't
son.
remember exactly.
But them as a team, I see some special in them. But
I
they
do too.
basically enhancement talent.
This happens way too often when you think you got when somebody thinks that somebody's really good and then you know they don't see it that way. WWE will
Mm,
never see it that way. You know what I mean?
Nah, they don't. They don't. It's
All right,
unfortunate.
let's. Yeah, so Drew Gulak now is trying out to be an announcer. I hear. So is his in-ring
Longevity,
career?
folks. Longevity. If you gotta get a job anywhere else in the wrestling business, it's
So
longevity.
is his in-ring career over, or is it just you know just TV story?
Just TV, just try and get TV time.
Okay,
So truthfully, I feel him. If there's any opportunity, take it. He's getting
I think
paid,
he is.
so
That's all that
you
matters,
getting
right? And
paid.
the rest
At
business.
least get some TV time with it to improve your brand. Nothing against Drew Gulak. He's a good talent.
He's a
He
great
performed
wrestler. I mean,
well
yeah,
in
yeah,
the Cruiserweight Classic,
yeah,
but at this moment right now, he's just trying to get TV time. I respect it.
yeah. What do you think of the segment? It was a little ridiculous. And Charlotte put him in a figure four. I'm sorry, figure eight. Got to be sticking up with the modern times. And What the hell, man? Why? So are they gonna feud themselves?
At this
Come
point,
on, answer
it
this. At this
nah,
point, could you?
at this point, Charlotte Flair program and this program is just burning time right now that I'm not interested in. We got I
Mhm.
Quit match that's coming up between Charlotte and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
The thing is, not interested in this program at all. The match that they
yeah,
had at Survivor Series a few years ago was way better than this whole program put together. And it was
right.
just put together at the last minute because Becky Lynch had her nose busted or her face broken or whatever.
Damn.
It's just unfortunate that they couldn't just have this be what it be, but we already know what world we in. We in WWE world, and
In WWE Universe.
exactly. So now we go do anything to build up some type of silly program to build up to his I Quit match between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. Uh, I it's unfortunate for Drew Gulak. Somebody had to get some type of heat for Charlotte to get booed, and
Right.
it was Drew.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see. Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, not really worth talking about. He beat him by count out in just under 3 minutes by Sami Zayn trying to avoid getting the shit kicked out of him by uh, uh, Drew Gulak. Uh, Donnie says, AJ Lee, please return. Not happening.
Not
So,
happening. And I
nope,
don't think she
gonna
would
be no.
return to the WWE. I think she would return to AEW
Her
before that.
husband is in AEW. Yeah, not happening.
And I just want to pause that for a second. I seen a
Absolutely.
recent picture. It was like a year or two ago. Everything could change within a year or two ago, but AJ Lee is in great shape. Like she's shredded. I'm just gonna
Really?
put it out there. Absolutely.
I have not seen her.
That's
Wow.
just like what's her name? Um she just talked recently about her being depressed being in WWE. She got released.
Yeah, but
Um
wasn't her husband
she's
who
a
was also
bodybuilder. I forgot her name.
wow. Let's
It's
throw this one up here.
it's gonna pop up soon, but she was
Yeah.
depressed and she like now she in like the greatest shape of her life right now. But go ahead.
TN Coupon is saying WrestleMania Backlash Sammy versus Drew in a cage match is his prediction. I'd see that. I'd like to
I can
see
see
that.
that happening. I
Sammy's
kind of
always
think that
trying to avoid him. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of think that Drew McIntyre was gonna face Roman Reigns, and now they gotta take a detour. So I can see Drew McIntyre
Yeah.
feuding with Sami Zayn to keep on like burning time.
Let me ask you: does Drew McIntyre have another title run in him?
He does, but I don't think they have any faith in him.
I don't see why.
Me
He was
neither.
champion during the toughest time for WWE. Okay, in an empty arena time, which was it's not his fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Worldwide pandemic. I mean, I think the guy is more than capable.
No, he's capable. At the end of his run, it was kind of unfortunate because they was feeding him all these stories and all this other stuff, and then fans fell out of love with him. But I guess
Hmm.
some type of common sense and politicking going on, they decided to switch him up and make him a more aggressive than he was before when he was going for the WWE Championship. And we're invested in him. I'm invested in him. I still think that he could have another run. I kind of
Yeah.
feel like he's just one of those people that's just going to be, uh, damn, Donnie the Don. Marcel should go to AEW. I appreciate you, my guy. I kind of feel like Drew McIntyre deserved that second run because he did, like you said, he did the first run with no fans,
Hmm.
and
He
it's
did two runs with no fans. Really,
yes, he did two
the
runs. I
second
take it back. He
the
was
second
two-time
run was
WWE
the
champion.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
um, which was the second run was no like the reason why did they even take the title off from to begin with? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They just took it off and he won it back in like a week later or 2 weeks later or some bullshit like that.
That ain't
So
make no sense. I'm still mad
yeah,
at
it
that.
didn't. Yeah, but I think the guy could really go far as champion personally. If they, I mean, you got to think about it. It's not necessarily his fault. What are they giving him? What are they putting out for him? What are they writing for him? You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So get your shit together, Vince.
Please do.
Just
This
saying.
guy didn't pay his dues.
Absolutely.
This guy did the
And he,
same thing as Cody. Like he went out, better himself, made himself a star throughout the indies and throughout Impact
yep,
Wrestling and all this stuff. And he came back
evolve.
looking like a legit star. So like at
Yeah,
least, you know what I'm saying, treat him the same as you would treat Cody. Which we still on
that's
hiatus with Cody. We gotta wait. It's 2 weeks in.
yeah. Yeah, we're only 2 weeks in, but he has creative control or some sort of creative control. So we'll see
Nobody
what
get
happens.
creative control under Vince. I'm just gonna reiterate that.
Yeah.
So it's something.
See the Intercontinental Champion, my man Ricochet. This is what two wins in a row after losing three as Intercontinental Champion. He beat Jinder Mahal, former WWE Champion, in 3 minutes. Let's see. This did nothing for me. All right. Then, of course, they had the story of Lacey Evans. I'm not interested in this. And then the main event. Then we can get back to AEW. Riddle defeated Jimmy Uso just over 9 minutes, 9 minutes and 4 seconds. I don't know, man. This wasn't too bad of a match, to be honest with you.
It was a solid match.
Yeah,
Solid main event for SmackDown. I mean, like I said, they're trying to burn time. Roman Reigns is secretly hurt, but
yeah,
you know what is a better thing? It's making stars. So Jimmy Uso
yep,
earlier on before the pandemic even is like lighten up a little bit. They was using him versus Roman Reigns and building him up as main event Uso, main event
right,
Jay Uso.
right.
So I like the fact that they main eventing with different faces, and I at least could give them some slack for that one.
Yeah. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it for SmackDown. It was a little
We
bit boring
gave
this week.
we gave you
Yeah,
bullet points. We gave you more than we did for Raw.
we did. I actually, and I still skipped around.
It's unfortunate. Listen, I love WWE. I watched it since 1987,
I was
WrestleMania
raised on it.
3.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't watch everything from top to bottom. I watch every year. But right now is not my cup of tea.
No.
But I continue to watch it because I'm a long life fan. So I continue to see this product evolve from the rock and wrestling era to the attitude era to the ruthless aggression era to now the PG era to whatever era this is.
Is it
But
TV 14? No.
TV
Maybe.
14 era,
Yeah, maybe.
all the eras that is to come, cancel culture era. I don't, I don't even care. I still watch WWE because I grew up watching it, and good or bad, with a hockey person, plumber person, all the other people, job codes. I continue to watch it, and now I watch it as bullet points. Unless it's WrestleMania, then I'm all
Yeah.
invested.
Pay
SummerSlam,
per views.
Survivor Series,
Yep.
I'm all in it.
It's got to be built properly for me to care about the shows. I'll watch every pay per view, but for me to actually pay attention to the entire show, like pay per view wise, it's got to be built properly.
Absolutely.
And they're doing a hard job with that. They've got their audience still. It all depends. You know what I mean? They're able to fill it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, T and Kupana began watching WWE during the Rock and Wrestling. Same here. I think I started around 1984. I remember the first magazine I ever got had Greg Valentine on the cover. I don't even remember. I wish I did. Wrestling World probably at the time. And it was a lot of fun growing up in the 1980s buying a lot of those old wrestling magazines. Used to go to the corner stores and get the new ones every week. It was a lot of fun.
Nah, it is. It is. It was fun. Just watching WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
God bless my grandfather. He sat here and showed me WrestleMania 3 on this VHS tape, and I was so amazed. 98,000 people sitting in the Silver Dome watching a wrestling event, and then moving forward to watching just Hogan doing these poses at these matches, and watching Brett and Mr. Perfect had this 1992 SummerSlam.
Oh
Take it
my
back,
God, that match was awesome.
1991 Survivor
Yeah.
Series, SummerSlam match classic, and watching 1992 British Bulldog and Bret Hart have a classic. Watching all these things, Flair running the 1992 Royal Rumble. I watched all this stuff live as a kid, sitting there watching this and continue to love this brand that we call this sport that we call professional wrestling. Attitude Era. I was watching the whole thing. It's just I'm a long life fan. It's just I miss that time.
Yeah.
This time is good now, but it's kind of iffy. But growing up, watching with my grandparents and just loving the sport of professional wrestling, it takes me back to sitting there with my grandparents. God bless them, and that's why I continue to watch it and enjoy it because it takes me back.
I just remember, like you said, I was having this conversation today before I get to that next comment.
Mhm.
Um, it's an ever evolving sport. It's ever
Yes.
evolving. There's always something different. We might not like everything that happens. You know what I mean? But there's always something on the show. And as you and I have said many, many times, you've said it. Wrestling's a variety show. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So you're gonna get something different. Certain shows are putting on lots of different types of shows. You know what I mean? WWE puts on their brand shows. Is there variety on it? Yeah, I usually do find something on there. At least one or two matches that I do dig. But sometimes, with the exception of the horror show that one year, the 2020, whatever that
The
what
Extreme
was it?
Rules
Extreme
horror
Rules
show.
horror show. Yeah, that one was really rough to sit through. But there's always something to say about a show. I'm gonna get to this comment by T and Couponer. Don't forget Saturday night's main event from 1988, Hulk versus Andre, was watched by 32 million people. That's where uh, Andre took the title, and the two referees, the two Hebners, and was it Ted DiBiase ended up buying the belt off of Andre.
Yeah, man. One of the greatest
Classic moment.
finishes of all, like a few championship matches. This was one of the greatest finishes ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Even though Andre the Giant just took the belt and held it for like 2 seconds, like here, it's
Yeah,
yours, Ted DiBiase.
yeah. But they even built a belt for Andre too, uh,
Yeah,
which was freaking gigantic. My friend had a replica of it, and the thing was like wide, like very wide. It's crazy. Let's get back into some AEW. We're going to talk about
Battle of
Battle
the
of the Belt 2.
Belts 2.
This was a pretty damn good show. I thought
It
so, at
was.
least. Of course, Sammy Guevara takes on Scorpio Sky and becomes the three-time TNT champion after a low blow and then a GTS.
We
That didn't
really
sound
gonna
good.
talk about this match?
It was all right.
It was all right, but it was built for us to hate Sammy.
Yes.
Obviously, we already know the story of why they hate Sammy, what's going on. But I kind of feel bad for Scorpio Sky. His title run wasn't that long. He should have had a
Uh,
long one. He still has some points to prove. But since he beat Scorpio Sky, that means the streak of 300 something days was over, which wasn't talked about at the end of the match at all. It was just like,
right.
oh, well, he beat Scorpio Sky. So it just like, man, all I gotta say is they better turn Sammy Hill after this because the way he won,
Well,
like you can't top that.
so he's not officially turned heel, correct? Am I wrong?
It's not officially, but the plants
because
are
he
the
got.
seeds are planted.
I mean, they're more than planted. They seem to be starting to sprout because people were booing him like crazy. There's a lot of anti-Sammy signs, and I was just like, but he's coming out looking like the baby face that he was, just so I was afraid that I missed something.
Listen, all they gotta do is bring back Sammy fiance back. We golden. That's all they
Yeah,
gotta do. Just bring her back. She's the baby face. Just have her come in. Forget about Paige Van Zandt. Just bring in the fiance with the ring in hand, and we all set.
it was a
It
as much as I love Scorpio Sky, this is still a pretty decent match.
was.
I have a feeling that Scorpio Sky will get it back though. That's the other thing.
I got
And
feeling too. Scorpio Sky deserve it. This is a good opener for Battle of the Belts too.
yeah, and it seemed like Scorpio Sky was kind of getting the cheers for the evening, maybe because of Sammy, the seeds of being planted, being Sammy turning heel. And I was like, why are they chanting if Dan Lambert's the biggest heel in the company for the most
With the
part?
belt on
Yeah,
under
that
his
was
jacket.
hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. That
It's
was great.
hilarious.
People are complaining that he overstayed his welcome. I think he's the funniest thing on this show.
He's the Jim
Really,
Cornette of the modern era.
yeah. That's why he gets so much hate, I guess.
There we go.
The Ring of Honor, no, excuse me, Ring of Honor title match. Jonathan Gresham defeated Dalton Castle.
This was a good wrestling match, and I
A little
mean
short, yeah.
capital letters wrestling match.
It was a little short. I thought it might have gone longer, but I'm like, this is only supposed to be an hour show. So yeah, it was a really good match. It really honestly was. I
Yeah, I
didn't realize
enjoyed
that
it.
Dalton Castle had a lot of amateur experience, so he used a lot of that game uh, in his uh, in his arsenal tonight, I should say.
Yeah, he did. He showed it out well. And Grisham, I only watched him a
Phenomenal
few
worker.
times, but this was a good stage to show off your talent. And he is phenomenal for his sides,
Absolutely.
for his size, and for everything that he puts into the professional wrestling business. He deserves to be an ROH champion.
Absolutely. After the match, Jay Lethal's son, Jay Dutt, and Satnam Singh, I think I got it right that time. They came out and Singh attacked Castle's boys, and then Castle distracts Gresham, and Lethal comes in and surprises Gresham with a lethal injection. Little Lee Moriarty came out to attempt to save, but got killed. Singh killed Moriarty and Matt Seidel, and then Samoa Joe came out, chased him away with a lead pipe, and then that was it.
Yeah,
So the
I like every bit of this little mini segment at the end of the match between Jay Lethal, Pat, and Grissom on the back to have him turn around into position for the
yeah,
lethal injection, and then Samoa Joe coming out acting like he selling his back, but he actually pulls out the pipe. Like, yeah, I got some reinforcements. It
yeah,
was a good segment. Great pop for Samoa Joe. I like the way they incorporate in ROH to push the storyline if they go end up starting booking shows. It's just a great time to be a wrestling fan right now for ROH.
absolutely. You think they're gonna do this maybe on another Ring of Honor show, or are they gonna throw it as maybe part of Double or Nothing?
Nah, they Dottie the Don Marcel take Kyline King championship from him. Listen, I'm through grabbing championships.
I don't know what.
uh,
Never mind. I'm about
yeah,
to go off on air.
yeah, but it's just like ROH is they just building momentum. So when they put on that show or they announce that show, they have some type of storyline going forward, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
Take advantage. I mean, any TV time you got on national TV for Warner Media
they're
slash
on.
Discovery soon.
Ooh, this could be battle. Maybe I'm gonna bring that up for a second too. But Ring of Honor just and call me crazy. Right now, since Tony Khan has owned Ring of Honor, and just these small segments that they've had in say Dynamite or Rampage are still getting more TV time than they've had when they were on Sinclair.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
Sinclair, I don't get any of the Sinclair networks. Ring of Honor was not on any of my Sinclair, any stations around here. Once they used to be on HD TV, which turned into or HD Net, which turned into Access at some point. So
Yeah. I like the revamp of ROH as
yeah,
like announcement I seen earlier today. Grisham is signed for AEW/ROH. So that's a good thing. Grisham earned his
I'm
contract
excited for that. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
well deserved, and I'm just glad to continue to see all these guys get contracts to make money in this wrestling business
Money.
and
That's what
continue
it's
to
about.
build their legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, there was the main event. AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa defeated Nyla Rose. This match went all over outside. Well, not all over, but you know what I mean, ringside and what have you. It was a pretty decent match.
It was
Probably the
decent.
yeah. Yep.
It was decent. I just it was like you said, it was brawl over place. It was a solid 10-12 minute match to
Yeah.
build up the title reign of Thunder Rosa. I don't
Actually,
want to
this
ever see Nyla Rose get a title shot ever again in my life.
mm-mm.
It's nothing against Nyla Rose,
Right.
but some other people deserve to give a push to the championship as well, and
Yeah.
Nyla Rose should be taken off that list. Like I said, once again, nothing
She's
against
gotten the
Nyla
first
Rose.
shot. She's gotten the first shot for every women's champion that's come in, and they would just give her random shots. So,
Yes,
what about a
is so
rematch?
weird.
What about a rematch for Britt Baker? That's the other thing. Hasn't
Thank you.
happened yet. Hasn't happened yet. Jade Cargill holds the TBS championship. Donnie, go away. All right, I had to say it. You're getting on my nerves. So seriously, maybe it's did I say TBS or was it? Yeah, she holds one of them. TBS. Yes.
It's the TBS. It's TBS championship. I don't know what's gonna happen if they
Some
not
of these
on the
people aren't
Warner
paying
Network no
attention.
more.
Well, that's the thing. Let me get into that. Apparently, that there's they have a lot more, I guess, rules for their standards and practices and stuff. So people are concerned that AEW is not going to be the same, and that they're going to be, a lot of that blood you see, a lot of that violence you see is going to end up being cut down. So what is going to happen with um, AEW in that manner?
It's doable. I mean, WCW in
They weren't allowed to have
97,
blood on
96.
WCW at all. Yeah,
Yeah, 96, 97, 98. They didn't use no blood at all, and they still make
no,
multi-million dollars.
right.
So, I mean, I don't see any problem with that. It's just the only thing is Russo when they come in there between 1999, the end of 1999, 2000, to do the stuff the Attitude Era that
Right.
they couldn't do there. So I can see it happening. I see them doing still business without adding the blood or adding any dumb, excessive weapons. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
doable. You got the talent there that's different from talent from WWE. Y'all don't got no limitations, no nothing. You don't really have to do blood. You don't have to use all these tables. You do all this stuff. Like TNQ partner just said, you could save all the blood for pay-per-views. You can.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Pay-per-views, that's what you pay for to see all the excessive stuff. So you got it's money
Well,
management, man. Money management.
it's the other thing is that they had blood quite a bit. You know what I mean? In their main events or in their matches, and it's like, is it overkill? Is it
It
going to
is
get boring?
overkill.
Is it going to get
I
boring?
agree with it.
Is it going to, yeah? Is it going to get boring? It's just become a regular thing. It's like it's going to end up being one of those things where it's like, oh, this shit happens all the time. It's not anything special anymore. However, I got to tell you that freaking Wheeler and Moxley match was incredible, and that blood played a huge part into that story.
Yeah, but you do that every once in a blue moon.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yeah.
you don't sit here and just do it. Dad, I didn't even know. My son tried to set me up. I even know he put a drill up here in front of Baby Yoda. Anyway,
Now you're just
so
discovering this after what? An hour and a
after an
half.
hour or two. So anyway, yeah, that's what happens when you get a house. You put tools all over the place. Anyway, so yeah, the blood I feel is excessive. Um, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, I agree. Um, the weaponry, the tables. I mean, why does every show have to have like a million tables that are broken? That's the other thing. It's
I guess
become,
Tony Khan is an ECW fan, so
I know, but it's
that's
become a
probably why.
regular thing. Save it, like you said, save it for pay-per-views or once in a while. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying here?
Absolutely. No, listen, I
It's
listen to
not
Jim
only
Cornette.
tables, but it's chairs. It's everything. And I want to know, why are all these people hiding chairs and tables underneath the freaking ring? It's just
No, you're
these
right.
the guy setting up the ring just so happened to leave a bunch of tables and shit laying
Hey.
around.
No, you're right. Jim Cornette was saying something the other day about WrestleMania Night 1
You gotta make
where
it more realistic, I guess, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's just
nah,
like we know the
it's
shit's under there all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
nah, you're
After
right.
years of
You're
it
right.
happening so often.
You should have a match that's special for these certain moments.
Hmm.
And like I said, Jim Cornette, I listened to him 2 weeks ago, and he was like, night 1. The only time you seen all the outside running into the crowd and all this other stuff, it was from, it was an Austin match.
Right. We're gonna keep this show this up here. Talk about keeping Lowe's and Home Depot in business. LOL. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
you're right.
They stop at that
Got
local. Yeah.
sooner or later they're gonna start bringing drills in these matches.
I tell you, it's crazy to think, like, seriously. But I mean, it's also like you got to like a little bit of everything. I'm more of a traditionalist where they just had straight wrestling, 8 straight wrestling matches on the show. But I've grown to like certain things. You know what I mean? It happens. I mean, shit. What you went through it, or you put somebody through a door? Was that last show?
Yeah, I
Not the
did.
last show, but that Woodbridge show. Yeah.
Uh,
Now they're using doors instead of tables.
yeah, it's cheaper out, unfortunately.
Well, that's why. That's why.
Tables cost a lot.
Anyways, yeah, I can imagine.
It don't it,
Um.
it don't match the budget.
Anyways, what else do we got here as far as AEW? Anything else you want to bring up?
Nah, man, we had a great weekend. Another great weekend of wrestling. Smackdown, Rampage, Battle of the Belts. I feel like they need to advertise more of Battle of the Belts. Just continuously build these special events that for TNT, since they're not on TNT no more, they're on TBS.
Right.
But it just I'm just enjoying this, just doing this podcast, talking about the sport of
I'd like to
professional wrestling.
see Battle of the Belts go for maybe 2 hours, where they have it, um, you know, uh, more title. Not every title, but put it together. They had more title matches throughout the entire week, and then had a show Battle of the Belts Saturday when they had the world title last night. They had the tag titles on the line earlier. Was it the tag titles earlier in the week?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. So I mean, once in a while, put a bunch of them together. Maybe a 2-hour special. Just an opinion. Go back to like the old Florida days. That's where they got the title Battle of the Belts from. So
I agree. Or they could do a 3 hour special.
yeah.
They
I mean, you
could
don't
do
got
a
to do
three
it.
hours free special.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you see Battle of the Belts becoming a 5th pay-per-view? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm a nerd like that. I'd love to see something like that. WWE used to do that, didn't they? For a while, they not stole, but started using the Clash of the Champions name,
Yeah,
and
they
that,
call it Clash of Champions now instead
yeah,
of Clash of, which is crazy, but
or Night of
anything to get
Champions
their
is what
own
they had,
brand.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Night of Champions, and then somebody decides, hey, well, why don't we use Clash of Champions?
yeah.
But now it's Clash of
I mean, they own
Champions.
they own the rights or whatever. But yeah, um, I'd like to see that. I wouldn't mind that if it was a where they combine the shows where it was, say, all the AEW titles and possibly the Ring of Honor titles at the same time. kind of make it like a super card, if you think.
That
That'd
makes
be
sense. That's how it was with Battle of the Belts back in the day.
Yeah, it was a bunch of NWA territories coming together in a way, and putting their belts on the line. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what else do we got to promote for this week? I got a couple things.
Go ahead and shoot.
Go ahead. All right. Tomorrow night, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Easter, so I'm not going to be here. That's why. Monday night, I'm talking to Bull Dread. Tuesday night, I'm talking to Big Daddy. All right. So make sure you tune into those. I got Sunset Steve coming up following week, and then MIT the following week after that. So keep an eye out for
Nice.
posts regarding all that stuff. Make sure you tune in to all those. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk to my friends and Northeast legends. Other than that, tomorrow's Easter. I wish everybody a happy Easter. And check us out on social media and like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you for coming in after Battle of the Belts to join us to talk about all of professional wrestling. Shout out to Guardian Chaos. Shout out to TN Couponer, Donnie the Don, Adonis for coming in. Your boy, Rick Del Santos, Adonis. But thank you for joining us after Battle of the Belts, talking about professional wrestling. Be be well, be safe. Share, subscribe, PWZ Podcast on Twitter, on Facebook, PWZ Network at Instagram. And you can always shoot me a comment, shoot me a message. Say hey at Showtime Marcel on all social media. Like I said, be well, be safe. Good night, people.
Good night, everybody. And don't forget, we'll be back very soon together.